All right, question number 2. How do I have a better relationship with my coworkers? I don't enjoy small talk, but all my coworkers talk about small talk. All my coworkers talk about is small talk and gossip. I feel like I don't belong in the group and I feel alienated. Do you have some suggestions for me? I have several suggestions for you. One of them is create your own career so you can choose the people that you work with. That's something that I did personally. I just absolutely had enough of that. Exactly what you're talking about. I'm not interested in small talk. Is fine because small talk is great for really getting to know people who might be worried about or who might not be emotionally mature enough to really allow people to get to know them. So, if somebody's shy or if somebody's really super introverted or if somebody's been hurt by other people, that they're on guard, small talk is a very powerful tool. Gossip, I have zero time for. And this is one of the reasons why I'm not the person that people think about when they think about going out drinking and, talking. I don't care. All I care about is how people treat each other, how people treat each other, and that if you have something to say to somebody, say to them. Grow a pair of balls if you don't have a pair, and just say to the person that it involves. I only ever talk about other people if there is a contextual reason for it. So, for example, if I'm telling a story about, a situation that happened before, like recently, there's been a situation with one of our working partners that my team needs to be aware of. And so I'm telling my team about it, but I'm not talking about it with everybody because I'm talking to the people that I have a problem with. And I talk to my team about it because they need to know about it, because if they don't know about it, then they can't do their job. So my number one top tip, if you can change this, and this is certainly something I did, was create a career for yourself where you're working for yourself and you get to choose the people that you collaborate with, whether it's staff, if you hire staff, team members. I have the best team that I think, well, I might be slightly biased, but I have the best team that I think that anybody's ever had in the history of the world. But I might be, as I said, I might be slightly biased, but I love every person that I work with. And it is a privilege to be working with these people. And we don't do the gossip. We don't do the, we don't need to do the small talk because we know each other so well. But that's my number one top tip. If you can start building a long trajectory plan for yourself, get yourself out of a space, a working space where, by creating a career for yourself. Now, if it's not something that you want to do, if you like being an employee, then look for companies that have a really good company culture. That is difficult to find because you won't be able to control as many things as you would be able to control if you had your own business and you chose the people that you worked with. But just a simple boundary setting, like, for example, when people come to gossip to you, you just say, oh, that's interesting, and then change the topic into something more positive. So that's something that you can do. Another thing that you can do is be super nice to everyone, but just say, listen, I'm just not into gossip. And so thanks for wanting to include me, but you can leave me out of it. And I still love working with you all. So you don't have to be like, confrontational about it. You don't have to be like, oh, you're all idiots because you're gossiping. You can just say, look, it's not my gig. I'm not, I'm here to work and get on with it. Because the thing is that if they're gossiping about other people, they're already gossiping about you. So you're not losing any. There's no love lost, so to speak. All right, so those would be my suggestions. Number one, my strongest suggestion for any person in this situation is to do what I did, which was create your own career. If you need any tips on that, on how to do that, either comment in this post or email me at desk@merjasumiloff.com. or you can email val@desk@infxproject.com, and we can start a conversation about this, or even just pop some comments in the comment section about it to ask some more questions. The other ones are, find a nice way of saying that you're not there to gossip, that you're there to do the work and you still love working with them, but that you're not, that you can be left out of the gossiping. I mean, if you don't give people anything to gossip about, they'll just move on to other people anyway. So try and do it as kind of harmoniously as you possibly can, so that it's pretty simple. So what I'd like to do is just remind everyone that part of these videos we're going to pop on YouTube, and those videos, if you think that any ones of these questions that we put on YouTube that you would really love to share with somebody who would benefit from it, who it might just pique a little bit of inspiration or interest to another person's life, that it might make a difference for them, please feel free to share those videos. Also, feel free to invite people into the group, but when you do, just remind them that there are 3 questions that they need to answer. We get a lot of requests to join the group from people who haven't answered the questions. And the questions are simply there to make sure that this is the right group for them and that they are the right person for the group, because I'm very protective of the group and the people in it. So by all means, if you find INFJs, INFPs floating out there without the anchor, without the lighthouse, and you want to bring them to the shore where they can rest a little bit and do their personal development, absolutely, please welcome them into our Facebook group, INFJ INFP Development Group by Merja Sumiloff. Thank you so much for everything. I feel so privileged to be a part of this group, as always. It is such an important part of all of our world, really. And if you found any of these answers helpful today, please put it in the comment section, because it's great to get feedback on what's helpful and what's not. So thanks again so much for your time, your support, the space that you are all helping us create. And I will absolutely see you at our next live Q&A session. Have a really fantastic week, everyone.